Hello and welcome to episode 11 of my Tottenham Football Manager 16 beta save. I'm Kev, and yet again I think I'm on the verge of getting sacked. I seem to be saying that a lot in this series. It's kind of all going very wrong, as you can see from this league table. We're 6 games into the season now. We're actually in the relegation zone. We've only won 1 game all season, and we've lost the other 5. And yeah, it's kind of all going wrong. We're still well outside of financial fair play as well, so if we do manage to turn this around, and for some weird reason the club decide to keep hold of me, we've got a 5-point deduction to look forward to next season as well. If we have a look at how we got into this mess, and it all kind of stems back to the fact we didn't sell Harry Kane in the summer. All our summer transfer business was built around trying to replace him, assuming that he'd go to Man United or Man City. When he didn't go to either, we've kind of found ourselves with a very unbalanced squad now, where we've got 4 strikers who are all good enough to be playing for us, and only 1 striker slot in the team. I have a plan to resolve that, which we'll get to in a little while. But first, if we have a look through all the games since that first opening day of the season defeat at Leicester, which was very disappointing. If we then look at the next one, I mean, not quite so bad. We had Man United. We lost 1-0 to them. Ideally, at home against Man United, if with the amount of money we've spent in the summer, we'd be looking to at least pick up a point. Quite disappointing to have lost that game, especially when you look again, we're back into the world of opposition teams creating 3 times as many chances as we have. They've absolutely hammered us. Yeah, it's only 1-0, but they have torn us apart. And Harry Kane had picked up a knock and wasn't even in the team anymore, which last season seemed to do alright for us, but this season we've been struggling a bit with and without him. Next game, we looked like we'd got our season started up and ready to get moving. We beat West Ham 3-0 at home. Goals from Van Persie, Dembele and Witsel, with Kane still injured. We were playing Van Persie up front in our traditional 4-2-3-1 formation. The rest of the team fairly unchanged from last season, apart from the fact that we've got the new defenders in. Nicolas Soulé has finally got himself fit after the Olympics and generally struggling a little bit with fitness, so him and Dragovic are now established as our new central defensive partnership, and we've been playing Eric Dier out at right back purely because he's too good not to be in the side, and Football Manager 16 does seem to think he is a natural right back, or it's got him as a natural centre back and a natural defensive midfielder as well. Now, that wasn't necessarily the case this time last season, but he's played 14 caps for England now. We can't leave him out. In fact, what position does he play for England? Let's have a look at the England team. He must be in the team because he's played 14 caps in a season. So so he's playing right back for England. Why shouldn't he be playing right back for us as well? Why won't it let me go all the way back to where I want it to be? So yeah, 3-0 against West Ham, and we thought we'd sorted our season out. But since then, we have lost every single game in the league. It is not going well at all. At home against Everton, lost 2-0. Harry Kane's back in the side for that match, but then goes off injured again. This time what did he do? Hurt his foot. He's been out pretty much since then. And no matter who we put in and what combination we play behind whoever's up front, we don't seem to be getting any kind of attacking potency together. So we lost against Everton. Then we went and lost to Feyenoord in the Europa League. Again, got absolutely smashed by them. They've had 24 shots, we've only had 9. They've had loads more possession than we have, and obviously they've put 4 goals past us as well. We finally had a striker who wasn't Van Persie score a goal, Christian Benteke, coming into the side. He actually came on for Alcacer towards the end of the match, picked up a goal, which has led to him having a little run in the side. We then went to Chelsea, and we lost this match as well. Benteke again picking up a consolation goal for us after coming on as a late substitute for Alcacer again. But other than that, things really aren't going well. I'm trying to race through these now. We had a stuck 4 goals past West Ham this time in the Cup with a slight backup team. Benteke getting a start and picking up 2 goals really is staking his claim for a regular starting spot. He's our top scorer now. But back in the league, normal service resumed. We were actually 4-0 down at Newcastle at half-time. At half-time in that match, we had a rather dramatic change to our formation. It doesn't show it on here actually, but we came back, scored 2 goals, and we then used this formation in the Europa League against Monaco, and that's it. It's a rather unusual creation, but we beat Monaco in the Europa League. We looked really strong, and that's what I want to show you in this episode. I've basically looked at our squad, worked out who our best players are and what their best positions are, and just thought, right, we're losing loads of games. I'm on the verge of getting sacked anyway. Let's get our best players in their best positions and see what happens. And that gives us something that looks a little bit like this. Well, we've got our 2 big money summer centre-backs in the side. We've got Eric Dier in front of them playing where he should be playing. Danny Rose pushing a bit further on because he wants to be more attacking. Kyle Walker doing the same thing on the other side just because he's capable of doing it, and he's just providing a little balance for Rose. Actually, I'm looking at this, we've not got Sule playing in this game because he was injured, so it's not both of our, not fit, so it's not both of our big summer signings. You can see Sule's only got 81% fitness, so we've got Alderweireld in there, but normally that would be Sule. We've got Axel Witsel playing as a central midfielder. He's quite comfortable and happy playing there. And then further forward, we've probably got the biggest change. We've still got Christian Eriksen playing as an advanced playmaker, and Son's still playing out as a winger. But we've got 4 top strikers at the club now. Let's get 2 of them on the pitch together. So we'll have Christian Benteke playing as a target man on support, and Robin van Persie as an attacking poacher. Harry Kane is there on the bench, ready to come on for Benteke if he needs to. Alcacer is there to come on for Van Persie if he needs to. Lamela can come on for either of Eriksen or Son. Chadley again could come on for Eriksen or Son. And we've got Kevin Wimmer and Nicolas Sule as top quality centre backs to come on and provide some defensive cover. Obviously, looking at that, we do have a bit of a gap in front of Danny Rose. I'm hoping Eriksen can come over and cover that, or Van Persie can drift across and cover that. But let's just play the game. I'm going to get sacked if I don't do something dramatic. The system we've been using isn't working. This one has the potential to be quite successful. We'll just have to see how it works out. It did well against Monaco, but we haven't tried it in the league yet. Apart from in that second half against Newcastle, which of course we did win 2-0. So I don't know, it could go badly wrong, or it could be the start of amazing things for Tottenham. So let's have a look, see what happens. Straight away, Danny Rose, from playing in that slightly more advanced position, has just got behind Andros Townsend and made him look a bit silly. Townsend's given away the foul, and that was a nice way to set out our intentions at the start of the match. And now not a lot's happening. We've had 10 minutes go by. Well, we've not conceded a goal, which is a massive improvement on the Newcastle game. And now we've had our £30 million centre-back go off injured. So we'll bring Wimmer on for him, just because Sule's not quite fit. Wimmer's left-footed as well. I'm quite happy to play on the left-hand side of that back two. For a club that spent nearly £100 million on centre-backs this season, we now seem to have the 3 centre-backs we ended last season with, all on the pitch at the same time, and our £100 million worth of new defensive talent is just sort of sat there watching what's going on. That smacks of good management to me. Right, we've got Walker taking the front. Benteke's picked that up and knocked it back out to Walker, and Axel Witsel's made it 1-0. I don't know what he was doing so far forward. He's our only midfielder. That man is our midfield. But I'm not going to complain because he's just put us 1-0 up against Watford. Let's see, how deep has he made this run from? If you watch this in the 3D replay, hopefully we'll get a good angle. So I'm guessing Witsel's one of these. So he really was just hovering around very far forward. And it's sort of bounced off his shin and gone in. I'm not going to complain about that at all, but it is a bit alarming that our entire midfield was in the 6-yard box, just waiting for a cross apparently. But unusually we seem to be doing okay for possession. We're half an hour in and we're actually in the lead on possession. This is completely unheard of in Football Manager 16 for me. Perhaps it's been fixed. perhaps I've found a formation that works. Or, now you go, normal service, we're now down to 49% again. We are playing a counter-attacking system. I've left it unstructured for now as well. I kind of feel with the system we're playing, fluid might be the way to go, but I don't want to change too much at the same time. Although the new formation looks quite extreme, when you actually compare it to the positions the players were playing in before, it's not massively different. We've pushed the fullbacks further forward and obviously brought Deer into the team is the biggest changes, but Witzel was playing that role anyway, Ericsson was playing that role anyway, so was Son. These two strikers, when they were on the pitch, this is the roles they were playing, they just weren't on the pitch at the same time. So that's why we're still showing us actually quite accomplished in this system. So while we're getting that back up to full familiarity again, mainly around this bank of 3 players that we've got here, which is the big change, I'm not going to fiddle with anything else too much. I would eventually like to go on to attacking and fluid, but we'll take baby steps if I survive at the club long enough. Let's get into this second half. If we can pick up a second league win of the season, I'm going to call myself a genius and call this formation a success. Right, Ericsson's hovering around with the ball. He's knocked it back to Deer. He's put it to Witzel. Let's get that ball out wide. There you go. Walker's got it. Beats his man. Whips in the cross. For some reason, it's Son on the end of that rather than Benteke. When Benteke's up front on his own, he gets on the end of everything. He doesn't seem to like having a strike partner. Oh, but we've just made it 2-0. That's Alderweireld. He's actually on the transfer list because we spent so much money in the summer and we've got 5 good centre-backs at the club now. And obviously still got Alex knocking around as well because it costs us £100 gazillion to get rid of him. And he'll be here forever. We don't really need that guy, but he's doing a job today. He's playing well and he's made it 2-0 for us, which is all good. And we're back up to 50-50 on possession. Neither team is creating a lot of chances. I imagine it's a fairly dull match, but we were 2-0 up. We're making progress. We're not getting stuffed by... it's the Newcastle match that really bothered me. We shouldn't be getting absolutely hammered by a team like Newcastle. We should be better than Newcastle. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to bring on Alcacer for Van Persie. I'm going to leave my other sub because we obviously had to bring Wimmer on earlier in the match, so we don't want to go down to 10 men, so let's give it another 10 minutes. Just with a slight injection of pace up front. Oh, and we've made it 3-0. And, it's an Andros Townsend own goal. Marvellous. That is the biggest contribution he's made to Tottenham Hotspur in this save. In fact, I think that's pretty harsh on him. That's a Kevin Wimmer goal all day long, but what are you going to do? See, I've gone from 1 up front to 2 strikers, but our strikers aren't getting the goals, or even really getting involved in the game. It's very confusing. We seem to be doing well going forward. Benteke's having a very good game for a striker who's not scored a goal yet. Let's take Ericsson off, I guess. I'll bring on Lamella. I just want to switch Alcacer to an advanced forward rather than a poacher as well. He suits that role a little bit better, and it just pushes him that little bit further forward to stretch the play a bit as well and give Benteke a little bit more room behind him, especially as Benteke is looking very tired. I probably should have taken him off, but then Ericsson might have been just as tired. Yeah, we've got a lot of players very tired actually. I think the Monaco game in midweek has taken a lot out of them, but most importantly, and more importantly than any of that, it looks like we are going to pick up just our second league win of the season. Looks like this is going to be our final highlight. Let's make it 4-0. Go on. Make up for the Newcastle result a little bit. We certainly don't want Watford to come away and get a goal here. We want a clean sheet, a bit of a confidence builder that we can then take forward into our next few matches and start to move our way back up the league again. Realistically, with the money we've spent, we need to be getting Champions League qualification this season. So it's going to take a massive run of wins to get anywhere near that. But that's 3-0 today. That's a good result. And it seems my crazy new system might not be the worst idea anyone's ever had. Or it could just be that Watford are rubbish. We'll have to see. If you like my new system, or if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you hit a like on here. It does make a massive difference to the channel, especially in the lead up to my new FM16 save, non-league to legend, that's going to be starting in a week's time. And obviously put in the comments, let me know what you think of the new system. Would you have done the same thing? What would you do differently? Really interested to hear what you got to say. Thanks very much for watching.